Welcome to the Flowtify tutorial videos. In this video, we show you how to use the Flowtify HACCP app on a daily basis. First, let's open the Flowtify app on your device. There is no personal login needed. Devices are already logged into a specific location. So all you need to do is to click on the Flowtify icon on your device. Let's start with a quick explanation of the Flowtify app. You will see the name of the location you are logged in. It's Floteria Atlanta. The gray area below is a filter to divide your outlet into smaller areas. If you click on it, it will open. Once you select an area, it will show only those checklists available in this particular area. Now, let's take a closer look at the current active checklist, which you will see below. Think of a checklist as a folder that contains different tasks that fit to the topic of the checklist. Kitchen thorough cleaning weekly, for example, contains 8 tasks that have to be finished by the end of the week. Each checklist has a specific duration, which will be shown below the title of a checklist or on top of an open checklist. Checklists are sorted by duration. The checklist which will expire next is always on top. For example, kitchen end of day cleaning daily. It has another 7 hours and 30 minutes to complete. If you go further down, Pest Control bi-weekly, you will see 6 days, 11 hours and 32 minutes left to completion. During this time span, you are allowed to complete the tasks in the checklist. Once the checklist has expired, you are not able to do any changes to that list. All tasks will keep the status they had at the time of expiration, depending on the checklist setting. The management, for example, will get an immediate notification about the current status of the checklist. If you scroll further down, you will see on the left-hand side Finished. Here you will see all checklists that have been finished within the past 12 hours, to give you a brief overview what had happened before your shift began. Now let's start getting some work done. Click on the Kitchen End of Day checklist. On the right-hand side, you will see all tasks that have to be finished by the end of the day. There are basically 3 different ways how to work with tasks. Swiping from left to right is the fastest way to mark a task done. If you now click on the task Cleaning of the dishwasher, will open the task. You will see additional information such as videos, PDFs or photos if available. You can play videos even while you are offline. If you choose X at the bottom, you can mark the task as problematic, meaning you will have to leave a message why you could not complete the task as expected. Important: do not confuse the small X in the upper right-hand corner with the big X on the left bottom. The small X is leaving a task or going one step back. The big one is for reporting a serious problem. We choose green to mark the task done. In this case, there's a signature required as a proof that the task was completed. If you swipe from the right to the left, you can instantly report a problem without opening a task and selecting the big X on the left. Problematic tasks will always be on top of a list, so that you immediately see, hey, there's a problem. You can always add pictures to a task when needed. Just reopen the task and click on the camera icon in the menu to take a picture. Now let's leave by clicking on the small X in the right-hand corner. If you would like to leave a message, this is possible too. Just click on Cleaning of Sink and Fittings. You will see the speech bubble next to the camera icon. Click on it and now you can leave a message. Click on Send and close the window with a small X on the upper corner. Note, if you have a running internet connection, you can also use Siri or Google Assistant to enter your message by speech. By the way, if you accidentally finished a task, you can reset it as long as the checklist is still active. Let's pretend we accidentally finished the Paco Jet. Resetting a task is easy. Just open it like the Paco Jet, and then you see an arrow next to the camera symbol in the right-hand corner. Click on it. You will be asked, are you sure you want to reset the task? And you say yes. Now the task has been reset. You either can solve it by clicking the green, or you can leave the task with a small X on the right hand. Now the task has been reset. Since we want to close the checklist, let's finish it again. What you now see is there's a collective signature needed for the entire checklist. So what you have to do as a team leader, click on the blue pulsating field, leave your signature, and now the checklist is completed. Now let's continue. Temperature check morning. Select walk-in fridge meat. You are asked to enter the temperature. Let's pretend it was 5.75. Click Continue. You will be asked, are you sure you want to proceed? Continue with Proceed. And what happens now? The system tells you there was a deviation from the set value. So there's a follow-up check in about 1 minute time. To leave this message, click on Continue. You see the task is blocked for the next 30 seconds, but we continue working and click on the small X on the right-hand corner. Let's take the next task, dairy fridge. We swipe it, we click maybe 8 degrees. Do you want to proceed? Yes, we do. This time there's a critical value, but you are asked to remeasure between two products right away. So if you click Continue, you can enter the next measured value. Let's say it was 6.5. Click on green to finish the task. Perfect. 1 minute is over and we are asked to remeasure. We can choose if we want to do it now and go straight to the task, or if we want to do it later. Let's pretend we want to do it later. Click on Later. You see the pulsating yellowish color on the title of the checklist as well as on the title of the task. Click on the walk-in fridge meat. You are guided to the follow-up check. The temperature is 9.75. Yes, we want to proceed. And what happens now? Because the second remeasurement was not as expected, you get an instruction. Inform your superior and initiate appropriate measures. Note who was informed. Okay, we will do that by clicking on I confirm. And we type Mr. Former was informed. Now you get a quick overview of what happened and you say green to finish. By now you're probably wondering why there are these different colors. These colored bubbles show you the current status of all checklists, so you are always up to date. Gray shows the number of undone tasks in a checklist. Green is for all done tasks. Red shows that someone pressed the big red X or swiped from right to left to report a problem. And orange indicates that there was a deviation of an expected value. Usually temperature tasks, but also yes, no task could pile up here. Okay, let's close the finished one and move on to Pest Control bi-weekly checklist. Pick Pest Control Kitchen, answer the question, did you find any traces of vermin infestation? And you say yes. Continue with the blue arrow, proceed. If yes, specify. Feel free to add pictures when needed. Let's confirm it and leave the message. And done. Now there are only 2 more features you need to know for your daily work with Flowtify. Deactivation of checklist and spontaneous starting of checklist. Whenever you have no time to finish a checklist before it expires, you can deactivate tasks or entire checklists. Deactivating a checklist only takes a few seconds. However, you can only deactivate checklists that will expire within the next 14 hours. Click on the minus and choose if you want to deactivate a single task or an entire checklist. Click on Temperature Check Morning. This is a checklist we want to deactivate. Continue. What you always have to do is leave a reason why you deactivated the checklist. You have to enter your name and signature. And now the entire checklist is deactivated. Now let's go to the spontaneous checklist. It's basically the opposite of deactivating. So you find the plus next to the minus, click on it, and you have 2 ways to find the checklist you want to start spontaneously. Either by the area filter or by typing the name of the checklist. Do you want to start it? Yes, we do. Now you can work with a checklist like any other checklist. The only difference is that this checklist is branded spontaneous checklist. So it's out of the ordinary routine. Now you know all there is to know about Flowtify. Our experience has shown us that businesses can tremendously improve their quality management and food safety with Flowtify. However, it all depends on you. Using Flowtify on a daily basis should become a good habit, like thoroughly cleaning your hands several times a day. And always keep in mind to deactivate checklists before they expire undone. This will provide transparency and help to improve workload planning for your shift.